What up? What up? Well, I had to get it in on that one. I got it in on y'all. Y'all wasn't even feeling. Y'all wasn't ready for that. But yeah, it's going down. Sports Corner from the 216. Give it up for your boy Ricky D checking in, and you already know, But welcome back to Sports Corner from the 216. You know what I'm saying? That talking is starting to turn into evidence. You get what I'm saying? The Browns have played their first preseason game. The Guardians got shut out after winning the 10,000th game in franchise, Cleveland baseball history. The Cavaliers made a little small move, but as you can see, they still reshaping. But until then, they got the core four. What actually ain't still the core four, but I heard Struce been getting talked about, getting moved. Harden still haven't signed. Cavs, y'all got to do something, man. We waiting on y'all, but we're officially entering evaluation season. So tonight, what we're asking, when do we stop judging potential and start judging production? Because when it's all said and done, it's all about the production. You get what I'm saying? Because I always tell people I'm being productive. Because you can be busy doing nothing. So when you use your time, use it productively, if that's a word. Yeah, but man, we're going to get started with them Browns. And by the way, man, the question of the night is, who is showing us something and who are we still making excuses for? Me personally, we get to see this week, but I just got word through the streets that the coaches for the Browns and the Bills both saying if they have a good joint practice, that they won't even play the starters in the game. But for TV purposes, they better play that one guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Cleveland lost their first preseason game. You can't really go off scores in preseason games, but it was 10-34. That first quarter looked good with Watson at the rim. He wasn't looking too shabby. A lot of little dump passes, but he ran the offense efficiently. He had a turnover, strip fumble. I guess that's him getting his elusiveness back. I used to say that when he first came back the first year, and I seen how he was just running around. I guess he was trying to figure it out, or maybe, you got like I keep saying he not in football form. You know what I'm saying? He might be healthy. He might even be stronger, but he's football conditioning, like actually playing the actual sport is a different thing. But as y'all can see, I didn't read, I'm back officially in the corner. So now we are actually back sports corner. We're in the corner. Now, I'm a silly dude sometimes. But yeah, man, we lost 34-10. I enjoyed it even though it was a loss because I know this preseason. So just like when I attended a few practices, I was just looking for little things that caught my eye to see, like to have, build some. I don't like to use the word hope too much, but some excitement. We're gonna use the word excitement because excitement is what it's all about. Because even though football is sometimes can get sports period can get emotional within people, it's still entertainment. You get what I'm saying? It's my favorite entertainment that they created. So that's why I'm here now today, talking to y'all from Sports Corner from the 216. But yeah, Watson went 11 for 15, 126 yards. Played the first half. He only played like 2 series with the starters. So that line, paying attention, that offensive line, it needs to get some continuity, you know what I'm saying, play together. But it's looking like they're coming to a foundation of who it might be. I don't know if they pushing DeJuan Jones to do better, but he played in the fourth with the lad. I don't know. It could be maybe they just didn't want to put him in there with the faster paced players because DeJuan's still kind of coming back from injury too. But Shador came in the third quarter. He was 6 for 11, 79 yards with an interception. He say slip, but listening to some of the other players and officials, they say that Soldier Field is one of them fields that they got sand or something, and it was humid, so the ball. And then I seen a video where a person was describing how he flipped the ball to try to get a better grip on the ball. He say, man, but the thing that impressed me the most, he's a big playmaker. That's one of the reasons why I want Shador outside of the situation, the realistic situation, which is Watson only got this is last year on the contract. Shador, he got after this year, he have 2 years left, but you rather see what you got in Shador so you know what you want with them. But it's still politics involved in everything. Like one of my sayings is faith, fact, science, and politics. We all start with the faith. We want to believe, but to believe, we usually need some facts. You get what I'm saying? The facts. But to get the facts, you need to do the science. The science is the research, the understanding, the knowing of. But when it's all said and done, regardless of what you know, it's about the politics, the yin, the yang, the yes, the no, the black and the white. You get what I'm saying? So the politics could be playing a big part in the Browns quarterback situation because as a businessman, Jimmy probably just want to see he still has this urge to receive some type of return on investment when it come to Watson because he gave Watson a lot of money, even though they got that 90 million back, almost 90 million back in salary cap relief because of the insurance and whatever. But I think they pushing Watson. Plus, he's a veteran, and like I said before, most of the time, veteran players, particularly, do not lose their starting positions based off of injury. So, they want to get him back in. That's probably why he was really doing a lot of dump, short yards passing, and you know what I'm saying. But he didn't look too shabby, like I say. But Shador come in and he instantly gets to lighten it up. He threw two. That's you need the big plays, and then you know what I'm saying. Then you got the young guys. You got Junkins. The line got to get that blocking together for Junkins, because Junkins, if he could get past that first level, that first interior level, Junkins, if you could get him past that, he a power. So the linebackers and DBs, they gonna have a hard time bringing him down. Cause even little KC Concepcion, I like him. He a big playmaker too, from what I see. And that was just one game, but I could see the determination in him while he's moving around on the field. But Junkins, that line, they got to get it together because we got some playmakers. We got Fanning. He dropped the ball, but we know what Fanning capable of. Denzel Boston, the receiver I've been talking about since January. Once I started recognizing when I knew we was going into the draft, and I started doing my evaluation on what the Browns might need based on my opinion and what I see on the field, I was Denzel Boston. It's even better now that we got him where we got him at. We still got a left tackle because Fano was starting and he played a little while. And going up against Verse ain't really, that's like somebody trying to learn with Watson. I mean, with Myles Garrett, even though he gone. I got to get myself. I smacked myself for that. Yeah, man. Anyhow, we got Denzel Boston looking like a I ain't seen us look like we got a solid NFL receiver in a minute. Judy was a name, and he's a pro, whatever. Because to be at that level, you got to have some skill. But we got him. We got a young core, man. Then you got Samson. I called Samson Dave Meggett last year when he got drafted. I say that's our Dave Meggett. If you're a true football fan, or if you don't know who Dave Meggett is, look it up, and then think about Dylan Sampson, and you're gonna see the comparison that I'm putting together. So yeah, man, the Browns, don't go off the score, and then and as a Cleveland fan, or just as a sports fan, you always want to be hopeful for your team. Particularly, I just grew up in the 216. That's why this is the Sports Corner from the 216 with your boy Ricky D. But yeah, man, they was looking all right. You know what I'm saying? Some bloopers. They put Dylan in there. He threw a little whack. Dylan just short. So, and sometimes it gets hard for him to probably see the field. We not out there, but like I said, they got it. It's expected for Shador, to start next week. But like they were saying, I just came across some information where the word is if they do good in the they got like joint practices with Buffalo this Thursday. If they get what they looking for, I'm figuring that But man, put the kid out there, give him some more time, because now that's gonna have you wondering like, are y'all really settling on who y'all want for quarterback, or you know? But hey, all we could do as fans is sit back and and let the coach make the decision, because like the saying go, players come and go. The team is who we really rooting for. So may the best man win, because once upon a time Watson was that quarterback. He just had some trouble, and I'm not against Watson. I just logically I feel like Shador is the better option, because it's not like he's just stinking up the place. He actually was making quarterback plays. He wasn't drifting back. He wasn't trying, of course, sometimes you're going to try to avoid a sack, but he was more moving forward. And that was the one thing I used to be yelling at him about when I used to watch the games last year. Man, Shador, move up, step up, man. Like if you would have stepped up, you would have had a clear passing lane. So hopefully he improve on that. You know what I'm saying? But let's let it go. We don't want to get too crazy and too excited, you know what I'm saying? But that's the final piece, because everything else is basically they basically know what they're gonna do. We're just waiting on the continuity from the line to finish the 5 starting linemen. But one thing I did notice while watching it, the backups aren't really that solid. I don't know if they need more time. Maybe that's probably why they considering, if the joint practices go good, they gonna probably just play more of the backups. Plus, preseason is one game less. So and then cut down coming. So they need to put them second and third stringers, and in the game, let them see what they got, so they can start making the decisions on who to release and who to hold on to. So I get it, the logic of what they're trying to do as coaches. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to really consider some talking points when it comes to each quarterback, Watson, he looked good. He got the veteran experience, of course. He had 2 successful drives that led to 10 points, the only 10 points we scored. And like, he the veteran, he's more polished. He understands the NFL. But that don't mean that Shador father is Deion Sanders. That's where people forget. Like, don't think about the negative part where people, the Deion and the NFL thing, and being banned or whatever, some little myth I think they got going on. But yeah, round 2, Washington versus Sanders, man. Who gonna separate theyself, man? Like, which quarterback is gonna make the move and become and solidify themselves? Which one, man? This round 2 coming up. We got the joint practices. But as I was saying, talking points. We got Sanders, you know what I'm saying? They say Monken says that they're gonna split reps. They're gonna evenly have reps at the joint practices. Of course, Sanders being the younger player, the one that everybody doubt. It's things that they're looking for, particularly like Monken keep talking about the cadence, getting people in and out of the huddles. Like making sure the play get ran, putting your man in, motions, and you know what I'm saying. But the thing is, he has more upside. Watson, at this point, especially after the injuries, he actually has to change his game too. He not the Watson that got drafted from Clemson that, you know what I'm saying, know how to run around, or they move the pocket for him so he can make certain plays. But yeah, man, this Buffalo situation, by next Monday, we should know officially who the starting quarterback is. But speaking of quarterbacks, I actually I want to see what the kid Taylor Green gonna look like. I want to see what Taylor Green look like actually playing. I done seen some highlights, but in live, you know what I'm saying. But one preseason game doesn't ain't if one preseason game determines the starter, that means they already knew. They been knew who they wanted to be the starter, basically. So don't get too, because I heard the some radio personalities. I'm like, he said in the league. I could get saying on the team, but he literally said they might not be in the league next year. Come on, man. I know y'all people be reaching for clicks, but man, we can't just be making up anything trying to get clicks, man. But it's on now, you know what I'm saying? And that's the 216 angle for the quarterback situation when it comes to the Browns, you know what I'm saying? But the defense continuing with the Browns, you know what I'm saying? The defense might be able to hold us down for the first couple of games of the season if we could just get enough offense. Like how the old heads, the talking heads, if you know, you know, how they always, man, if we could just get 21 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we score 21 points a game? You know what I'm saying? But like I say, that depth, man, if you really was paying attention to depth, it's kind of like kind of shaky. You know what I'm saying? But the defense good though, my opinion. You know, but to you, can the defense keep Cleveland competitive? Do you think they can? You know what I'm saying? While the offense figures itself out. But the offense, man, I'm telling you, them young, the specialty players is what they call them, running back, receiver, tight end. Man, we got Bond, we got. I ain't even mentioned Bond. That's your deep threat. He flying past him. Then you got Concepcion doing in the rounds, and he he thrives off of not being tackled by defensive backs. Then you got Denzel Boston over there, 6'4", 6'5", catching everything with his hands, pulling it in. Like that's a true receiver. That's your true number one. That's why That's why he's on the starting. He one of the starters at receiver. So you already know what his end result gonna be. Concepcion is like that. That Samson is Dave Megan. Concepcion is what's the kid from back in the few years ago? He retired kind of early. Dang, what was dude's name? I think he went to Florida. Wow, I can't believe I forgot his name. And he did some of everything, man. If you know, you know. Leave a comment for me. But yeah, man, that's it, man. We got the defense holding us down while the young players. That's another reason why they need to go with Washington, man. With Shador, maybe. We know Washington was about to be the man. But I feel like they need to go on and let Shador roll. If Shador stink up the place, now you going to throw Washington. But it could go either way, man. So it's the best man win. That's how I'm gonna leave it with the quarterback situation. Made the best man win. You get what I'm saying? Logically, I prefer Shador. But yeah, man, that's the Browns talk. I'm about to move on to these Guardians, which I don't know what is going on with the Guardians, man. They are so inconsistent. They did win the 10,000 game in franchise Cleveland baseball history. They got like a 500 some percentage all time winning percentage, but it was like a period in time where they really stunk, and that's when I first started becoming a Cleveland baseball fan. The Indians, which most of us still call them to this day. But they got shut out, man, yesterday, 5-0 after winning 6-1 the day before. You know, I don't know if the pitching getting tired, like they frustrated with the bats. DeLauder, this was the thing with DeLauder, his injury, he's injury prone. But if he can stay healthy, he gives good production. You know, the Guardians got a young squad. They made all the moves. Hopefully, the moves they Vote can get it together before it's too late because we didn't drop to like fourth place. We like 4-5 games under 500. You know what I'm saying? So, do we got time? Does Cleveland, the Guardians, have time to figure it out? You know, how much time do they got? You know, the deadline was supposed to increase the team's ability to compete. But now we get injured. They can't find it. You know what I'm saying? They can't score consistently. The health issues is adding up. You know, the we got to get production from the new guys too. That's why we traded for y'all. But for real, man, that's why we traded for y'all. You know, all these losing streaks, man. We gotta get this together, man. You dig what I'm saying? We can't keep playing Guardians. Like we can't do this. Excuse me, y'all. That's another piece. But yeah, man. The hot take for that is the trade deadline gave the Guardians more opportunity. It didn't give them more time. How y'all feel about that? That's a hot take for the Guardians. But as y'all see, I'm repping the Cavs today. Let's go Cavs. You know what I'm saying? They the most winningest team we have right now because their last appearance in the NBA game was game 5 of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals, where they really got embarrassed. Hold up. But anyhow, they did make some moves, man. You know what I'm saying? They made a move. They traded Dennis Schroeder for Trey Mann from Charlotte. You know, the move reportedly gave Cleveland additional roster flexibility and saves them like 6.8 million. I didn't know they saved. Yeah, but the Trey Mann guy, he a big point guard, but somebody was telling me how he's a scorer. He's a more of a scorer, point guard. But you got Porter and you got Proctor, which was a come up last year. So he got to compete with them too. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe they might use Porter or Proctor as a trade piece. Because why would you trade for man if you ain't got a plan for him? So who knows where that's going? You know what I'm saying? But it's almost that time. You know, basketball is right around the corner. You know, they didn't already put out the excuse me, the schedule. You know, you can go check out the schedule. Like I say, they open up the season against the Philadelphia 76ers, which the NBA is crazy, man. But I don't think we got no national televised games. But who cares, man? We gonna go out there and whoop some behind. I try to be child cautious, even even though when y'all go check me out on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Sports Corner, Sports C 216 as you're looking. Sports Corner 216 on YouTube. Sports C 216 podcast on Instagram. And Sports Corner from the 216 on Facebook. And just look us up on TikTok. Make sure you like and subscribe on Kick, Twitch. We trying to be everywhere. And I'm thinking about blasting to all platforms at one point for y'all because I know some of y'all like to be here and there during certain times of the day. So, you know, as long as y'all coming through, checking me out later, you know, hitting them clicks, checking out them shorts, watching some films, you know, give me some. I need some of y'all. I need them to subscribers. I'm trying to reach unlimited potential. I ain't even gonna put a number on it. We just want unlimited potential. But yeah, man, that's the only move the Cavs made so far. We still waiting on um Harden waiting on us. But until then, this is the starting five. Let y'all see this. Let me show you. That's a nice tee, ain't it? Came up on it. Let's go. Cavaliers. But man, you already know I ain't been doing the think and reflect. So since I haven't been doing it, which I'm about to change the concept of that, but I incorporated think and reflect. You know what? I forgot to throw my. I'm so busy chopping it up, man. I forgot to throw up. Anyhow, man, we're gonna just move on. Don't get mad at these colors, y'all. But when does the potential become pressure? You know, when growth turns to expectation, when possibility becomes performance, when the joy of what you could be weighs heavier than who you are today. Potential over becomes pressure. When does potential become pressure? You know, like for example, when I'm gonna use the sports topic, Shador. You know how people say it. I say it a lot. Shador got potential. Let's see what Shador can do. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest question isn't simple. Is the defense good? How to win left? Okay. Production. The Cavs, the roster has potential. But now, postseason expectations for the Guardians. You know, the organization made moves. Now they got to handle results, pressure, real life connections. It ain't just about the athletes. I just was you because we sports corner right now, but we thinking and reflecting. You know, we all got potential, but potential isn't the destination. You get what I'm saying? Potential is more just what you might be able to do, but it's not building the character of achieving it. You know, at some point, potential has to become action. You know, when does waiting become procrastination? Because procrastination creates probably more pressure than anything because now you are letting your potential go to waste because you're procrastinating to use, you know what I'm saying? You're making these excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, patience can't be an excuse. They say patience is virtue, but at the same time, you still have to create some action. You got to do it. You got to create it, make it, you know what I'm saying? Become. Otherwise, you just talking. A lot of people talk. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather be somebody putting in the work, not achieving the goal that I'm setting out for, but knowing that I attempted to achieve the goal. And you continue to achieve the goal. And then one day you wake up and the goal has been accomplished or achieved. And now you can look back and appreciate your journey, the errors, the trials and errors that you go through. But to get started, you got to believe in the potential that you have. You know what I'm saying? It could get overwhelming, overbearing. You get what I'm saying? But or you could just settle. Like last week I was telling people, I always say this though, but easy, simple, and adventurous. Pick one. But easy usually come with the consequences. I know that. Simple, probably the best way if you just want to live until your time up. But if you really want to make life exciting, you need to have some type of adventure because life is really an adventure. My opinion. You get what I'm saying? Life is something that if you're not out here creating and making and trying to build certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like you really just wasting your life. Like it's cool to go get a job, but do you want to just settle for that job? Do you at least want to go to the job and get promoted? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to do is your work ethic, is your potential good enough to have you go to work, do the things you need to do, and have the people that's higher than the position you in recommend you to get a higher position? Is that too much pressure to know that you can achieve more? Because sometimes I think some people just afraid of the achievement because what comes with it. You know, come on, come with it. You know what I'm saying? Bring it on. Let's see if we can handle it. You know, because what they say, pressure bust pipes. No, you know what I'm saying? But how long should somebody be judged off of potential, though? You know what I'm saying? How long are, and that comes with time. You know what I'm saying? As we age and grow, sometimes the potential could go out the window because you never put in the work. Like even at my point in life, just because of how this is my opinion too though, but I bet you there's people that feel like that about me too. They probably look like because they know where I come from, especially the people that know me personally. They like, yeah, I remember when he used to be the love. You know what I'm saying? And now he always, some people try to say he do too much, but how can you do too much when you're just creating something that could turn into something to where, hey man, your feet kicked up, and then more. And that what the thing is, I know to go do the simple part of life, but I'm also more engaged in the adventurous part, which is a thrill. You know, it's exciting to create, to know you might make something like when you turn on the TV, you know how you turned that TV on because somebody thought they had enough potential, which they turned into production. You get what I'm saying? They created the screen. They created the TV. They created the camera that films you to be on the TV. They created the sound to come through. Somebody had enough belief in themselves because they believed in their own potential, which is the real key. You know, don't wait for somebody else to tell you what you might be good or what you ain't good at. If you believe in yourself and you believe in your talents and stuff like that, man, don't hold on to the potential, man. Get productive. Cause a lot of people be out here busy doing nothing. Always people be like, yeah, when I get to telling people some of the things I'm, oh, you're a busy guy. No, I'm a productive guy because I could be busy doing nothing. And I don't feel like anything I do is nothing. I feel like it all has a meaning, which is why my new the new strategy is called. Hey, I literally when this came together and I ran over it, I say Man, you know what? Man, I had literally a real life tear of joy. It was almost like I had like I was happy to see my baby in my arms when they first born. You just happy for them, like knowing what you know, but you got you that make you want to do more. It depends on who you are, but we building, creating, connecting to impact community with our with our new structure, our new infrastructure. Deshaun's Marketing, which is Sports Corner, is powered by Deshaun's Marketing. You know, shout out my boy. You know, look, I can't. I thought I got up over here and over there. I ain't even reached where I'm trying to point to yet. Hey, I remember when I went to I learned that a little bit when I went to the Science Center back in the day. If you ever go to the Science Center downtown, they got like I don't know if they still got it, but it's like a setup where you can act like the weather person, and they kind of help you learn how to like act like the weather people because the screen is not actually where you looking. You get what I'm saying? So you got to think almost opposite. Yeah, man. But you know what I'm saying? Potential tells us what you could become. Production tells us what you're actually becoming. You get it? So if you ain't out there producing, if you just out there just trying to make it through the day, man, you in the way. You ain't no better than a person that think they perfect. You can't think you perfect. You got to realize your flaws because your flaws will make you better. Your flaws will let you know what type of potential you got. You get what I'm saying? Because now you got something to kind of fix, to work towards, but at the same time, you know what you want to do. That's where the potential come in because you got to pick a lane. You know what I'm saying? It might look like my lane is here and there and there, but it's really it's an umbrella. You get what I'm saying? And everything works for each other and this new infrastructure, man. I'm telling you. So reach out to Deshaun's Marketing. Communication is key. Brand, build, grind, and shine. But now we build, create, connect, and impact the end result. Because the end result, of course, is you already know. See, there I go going the wrong way. That right there. Together for one, man. In the end, the bottom line is my potential is to get to a point where I'm producing enough to where I can focus on helping them kids, the inner city where I come from, Cleveland, Ohio, St. Clair, you know what I'm saying, 10th Ward, Collinwood, you know what I'm saying? All up and down the Clare, Superior, Euclid, all of that. I done roamed all them streets. You know what I'm saying? Hub, all of that, they, you know what I'm saying? I done been in and out the concrete jungle. You know, I know warfare, and I'm still here to make a difference, man. So if I can, I know you can, because some of y'all ain't never had the hardships. Some of y'all, sometimes not having hardship could be a downer because you're not putting in the effort or you don't feel determined because you always been enabled. But hey, look, man, I'm gonna say it again. Potential tells us what you could become. Production tells us what you're actually becoming. So let's do more production based off of our potential, what we believe in ourselves, man. Even if it's going to work and trying to and completing it, you ain't even got to get a promotion, man. Just whatever your task is at the job, man, do it to the best of your ability, man. And before I leave this think and reflect segment, I got a question. I would put it in the chat, but I ain't got enough people right now to really go in like that. But what's something in your life where you know it's time to stop talking about it and start doing it? What's something in your life where you know it's time to stop talking about it and start doing it? What? Where is that, man? But them Cavs, man. Them Cavs, man. Getting back to them Cavs, man. The schedule is now public. Single game ticket pre-sales begin today if you a Cavs United member. Public sales go start Wednesday. But man, the season getting closer, man. So what should we expect from the Cavs? Do you think because the league then switched up? The league then switched up. The league then switched up. You get what I'm saying? The league then switched up. The league then switched up, bro. Hey, though, but before I go a little further, I want to talk about O State. You know, O State. But I want to get this little. Y'all already know. Brew Euphoria, bitter root French roast coffee. Wake up to a cup of Brew Euphoria coffee. Dark French roast bitter root edition. Capturing the blissful moment with every sip. Currently, we're out of whole bean, but you can order ground. That's Brew Euphoria Coffee on Instagram. Click the link in the bio. We're on Facebook too. They're on Facebook too. But yeah, man, getting to them State, the Ohio State boy. But hey, we seeing the State, man. But what do you really think the Cavs' expectations is? Do you see can they win 50 games or will they win less? But anyhow, State got the number one ranking in the AP. Number two, Oregon, and number three, I think, is Georgia. Ohio State enters the season number one. Is it pressure? Is it pressure or is it privilege? I was about to put both words together. Is it pressure or is it privilege? Because you know Ohio State, 90% of the time they gonna be in that top 10, and more than likely the top five. If they don't end the season 1, 2, or 3, it's because they had a horrible season. Though. But does being number one before the season starts, does it help or hurt? Does it help or hurt? You know what I'm saying? This is where we go with the potential. They judging those state off the potential. When they get on that field and then they get that production, then we know. You know what I'm saying? Then we can see what are they really becoming a number one team. But right now it's just potential. You know what I'm saying? Based off of their recruiting the players from last year. You get what I'm saying? So that's the pressure. And look, recruit, national perception, of course, defending a champion level standard, even though they blew it. They blew it last year. But before I move on, I was gonna go into some national news. It ain't really much been going on. Little little dumb stuff. Clarissa Shields won. Did y'all see that? With and then the Ray J and the little Orlando Brown. Is that? Oh, I said Orlando Brown, but y'all know that's his name. Yeah, the little the little silly dude. It was another fight, but Clarissa won TKO. Something else happened over the weekend. Hmm. But anyhow, did y'all do y'all think watching one round one? Like I say, potential over production versus production. The Browns. Potential production. Should Shador start the entire first half? I think so. These the guys we wondering about right here. Who are the Guardians right now, man? Before we get up out of here, do y'all know? Help me find out because they inconsistent right now. You know, they inconsistent. Is Trey Man like worth the pickup? Did we pick up somebody worth picking up? Is Trey Man worth the trade? Because we gave up Schroeder. I like this Schroeder. I like Schroeder rather. Schroeder was a nice, feisty guy. You know, Trey Man, the young dude, up and coming. And I don't think they traded him to trade somebody else. And on State being number one, y'all already know that's confident. But again, when does potential become pressure? That's the topic of the day. Is you feeling are you does your feeling like you have potential creates pressure to move forward? I feel like if I believe in myself, I'm moving forward. That's what's the next step in achieving this so we can get this production going. What's the next step? You get what I'm saying? What is the next step? But I got a few questions for y'all before I leave, man. Watson or Sanders? Leave a comment. You know, if you catch this clip, you tuning in. Okay. Should Shador get the first half Sunday, even if they do have a good joint practice? Can the Guardians deadline moves make them better? Can the Guardians still make their deadline moves matter, rather? Trey Man, upgrade or setup? Is that because I was thinking too, like maybe they about to use him to make another trade or something. I don't know. But my guy, I'm gonna shout him out. Loyal Lifestyle Clothing, one of my down the way little homies. You know, what's up, my guy? L.A. free to the free again. But yeah, Old State being one a blessing or a burden because it do put pressure on you to keep that number one ranking. And again, when does potential become pressure? It shouldn't be pressure. If it's any pressure with potential, it should be you wondering your potential. What's the limit to it? How far do you think you could get with it? You get what I'm saying? And based off of your potential, what are you building right now? Like, what idea has been crossing your mind? Hopefully, it's business venture. You know what I'm saying, or something entertaining that has some potential to be productive. You get what I'm saying? That's the new thing right here, man. Potential leading us to production. We can't have potential if we can't produce production. If we can't create production, build, create, connect, impact. Build, create, connect, impact. Deshaun's market. Get it? I hope you got it. But man, before I sign off, man, potential gets us excited. I know, you know, and we all know when we believe, that's like having hope for the Browns football season, the Cavs season, the Guardians season, whatever your sports team is. The potential of what that season could turn into creates excitement. But once you start seeing the production from the belief, now it earns the trust. That's in any field, a relationship, child, friend, loved one, business venture, job performance. Potential turns into excitement, but production turns into trust. Man, we killing it. We killing it. We killing it. We killing it. Y'all ain't even feeling me though. We're killing it. Yeah, but anyhow, man, the Browns that they getting evaluated. The Guardians look like they running out of time. Man. I hope the Cavs make some moves, and of course, think and reflect. Always got the big that the think and reflect makes the show exciting. Cause you know what I'm saying? Are you still talking about what you're capable of? Or are you finally showing people, man? It ain't like you doing it for the people. Cause they gonna see, especially in today's technology. You doing it for yourself. But some people know you got it in you and you not putting in that work, man. But before I leave out, man, sports is the lens. Life is the connection. And 216 is where we started from the corner, man. What's your thoughts? SC216, boy, this your boy Ricky D. And I'm up out of here. May y'all have a blessed week. Maybe I catch y'all somewhere in the week with a 216 rapid fire. You know, I'm about to start hitting y'all with the breaking news. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on most social media platforms. And I keep telling y'all, but I'm gonna make sure I get them audios for y'all because I know a lot of y'all podcasters like audio more than y'all like the videos because the video is kind of distracting. But yeah, this your boy again, Ricky D, shouting out, man, love, peace, and what they like to say, happiness, man. And we out about.
I love it. You guys are so great.
Awesome.
I'm sorry.